Kirby's Air Ride is a game that seems to have a decently sized following to it. Now, when it first released, it didn't have the best reviews to it, critics bashed it, but it doesn't mean there weren't a few people out there that appreciated the game. And there are a few reasons why people could appreciate a game like Air Ride. It is a pseudo racing game slash party game with battle royale elements to it, which is kinda interesting to see for a Kirby game. It's mixing a bunch of different genres together into one. And it seems that people have wanted Air Ride to make a return, and well, after waiting a very long time for that to happen, Masahiro Sakurai, being the mad lad that he is, was like, alright, you want it? Here you go. And here we are today with Kirby's Air Riders, a completely new game, not a remake or remaster of the old game. It is a completely new game, and it's being directed by Masahiro Sakurai. I don't really know what made this guy want to make a new Kirby's Air Ride game. Maybe because the fan demand, or he looked at the concept and was like, well, I could do a lot more with this idea. And I believe that you definitely can do a lot more with Kirby's Air Ride. I know it's not just a racing game, but the idea of a Kirby racing game is cool to me. Kirby's Air Riders doesn't need to be anything crazy, but there's a lot you could do with this game, and I do mean this. The original Kirby's Air Riders was not a super complex game. At its core, it was meant to be a very simple game. I have never played Kirby's Air Riders in my life, but it is interesting to look into as a game. I don't know how to explain Kirby's Air Riders to you. I would call it an anomaly, but I don't want to say it is. It was a game thrown out there. Some people loved it and some people did not like it. It's definitely a game that you can appreciate, but it's also a game with a few flaws. But I just want to sit down and talk about the potential of Kirby's Air Riders as a game, because I do think this game does have potential, and it shouldn't be slept on. So, the character roster. Kirby has grown a lot as a series when it comes to its characters and worlds, but we're talking about the characters here. I will definitely talk about what they could do with something like that. I feel that it would make a lot of sense to have characters like King Dedede, Meta Knight, Bandana D, but you know what other characters I'd like to see from this game? I want to see Magalore, I want to see Taranza, I want to see Susie, I want to see the Maid Sisters, I want to see Elfalin. You know what else I'd like to see too? The Animal Friends, Gooey, Marks, and if I keep going, we'll be here all day and night. I guess I would be fine with the roster just being recolored Kirbys, but I would love to have more characters from this franchise, please. Not only that, there's also the potential of vehicles for these characters. It makes sense to give Magalore his Star Cutter, it makes sense to give Susie her mech suit or whatever, and I'm not really sure about the rest, to be honest. You could definitely do a decent amount when it comes to the vehicles in this game. Now, what about areas and locations? What areas and locations can you have in Kirby's Air Riders? I could maybe see this game bring back past locations from the original game. One that makes a lot of sense to me to bring back would definitely be the city. I'm not sure what the name of it is, but you definitely should bring that one back. I'd love to see areas and locations based around certain games in the series. I'm stretching it, but it would be nice to see something from Kirby 64. Maybe we could get something from Kirby Planet Robobot. I would really like to see something from Kirby in the Forgotten Lands. It doesn't need to be a racetrack or a battle royale map or anything related to the minigame stuff. As long as something from that game is there, I'll be happy. As for any other locations or areas, I'm not really sure. There could be some new stuff in there if they want to introduce it. And well, when it comes to the gameplay, the last thing to really get into, I don't really know what they could do with it. There definitely could be new mechanics to spice this game up from the original, but for the most part, I'm expecting it to be kinda the same. The biggest change I could expect from this game would be with its battle royale mode. I think that's something you need to fix just a little bit. And overall, it could be a fun little game to play. I think this game would be really fun if it also had online. I'm not even kidding, this would be a fun game to play with friends. And that's basically all I could say about Kirby's Air Riders. I'm keeping my eye on you, Sakurai, and I will be seeing what you're cooking up with this game. Let me know what you think of Kirby's Air Riders, and I'll see you guys next time, and bye.